afternoon, guys. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So I am at a new location today because I thought it was only fitting if I'm doing my 29-week update video, why not do it in the baby's room? So our baby literally has nothing in his room right now, so it's kind of echoey because there's really nothing for the sound to bounce off of. So I'm sorry in advance for the echo, but I thought, I'm gonna make it cute, at least try to. But yes, today is going to be my 29-week update, and that means I'm kind of in between 7-8 months. I turn a new week every Monday, so next Monday I'll be 30 weeks, and at 32 weeks I'm technically fully 8 months, but pregnancy is weird and they go by weeks, and then they're like, well, since you're kind of close to 8 months, we're just gonna call you 8 months. And if you watched my pregnancy journey 1 and 2, you will know that I haven't had the easiest pregnancy, but it has been getting a lot easier recently in terms of just feeling a little bit better. My anxiety and depression are currently on a roller coaster right now, and each week it's something new, whether I'm more depressed than anxious or anxious than depressed, or maybe I'm just in a really great mood for a week. But it seems to happen every week, so since this is my 29th week, I've kind of been a little less motivated. Like, it took me a really long time to even decide to do this video. So we are having a boy, and his name is Noel Ray Thurman. It's really funny how he got his name because me and my boyfriend were dead set on that we were having a girl, that we wanted a girl. We had a really cute name picked out that I won't disclose. I've told a lot of people what the name was going to be, but just in case I get pregnant again and we have a girl, or we adopt and we have a girl, because we're not too sure if we want to go through Hannah being pregnant for a second time. So the way he got his name is, from the second I knew I was pregnant, I was like, okay, we have to think of names, we have to do all this stuff. And my boyfriend was like, we have literally 10 months, like, you need to chill out. We don't have to pick a boy's name right now. Because we already had the girl's name before I even got pregnant, because that's how like dead set on the girl's name we were. So in the beginning of my pregnancy, I had a lot of vivid dreams about a best friend of mine who passed away around 2014, and I had only had one dream of her since she passed, and it was really sentimental, and it was kind of like us saying goodbye to each other, and it was kind of like that was it. That was like my closure. She moved on, I moved on. Whenever I started having dreams of her in the beginning of my pregnancy, I would wake up like in cold sweats, like freaking out, because it would be like the most random things. So a little bit before we found out he was a boy, I had a dream, and it was me and her. And at the end of the dream, she told me that our son's name was going to be Noel Ray, and her name was Raylan. I had a lot of people tell me they had dreams of people telling them they have a boy, or a little kid told them they were having a boy and they had a boy. So when she told me your son's name is going to be Noel Ray, I was like, no way, I'm having a girl. But you know what, I'll keep that in mind for when we have a boy. So for my birthday, my boyfriend got me an ultrasound at one of these places that just do like the fun sort of ultrasounds. And we actually ended up knowing the girl doing my ultrasound. She was like, you know what, I could tell you if you want to know. Like, I don't know how you guys are planning on doing this, but if you want to know the gender today, you could find out. So on my birthday, we found out we were having a boy. I already knew Noel Ray was going to be his name, but I didn't know how my boyfriend felt about it, because he has shot down every single boy name that I've given him up until this point. So we started talking about names, and my boyfriend immediately said the name Noel, and I was like, I don't even think I've brought that name up to you. I think I told you about the dream, but I'm not too sure. And he was like, I had a dream about it too, that our son's name was Noel. So we took both of our dreams as a sign, and then I had the middle name for my dream. We both agreed on the name Noel. So his name is Noel Ray Thurman. So my whole pregnancy, other than being sick and everything, I got really lucky with not having any heartburn and not really having any headaches. So I get really weird heartburn. I don't get it after like every meal, and it's not weird things that trigger it. Like sometimes like a popsicle will trigger it, and then I'll go and lay down around like 10 o'clock, and if I stay up till like midnight, that's when it hits. So some nights I'm up until like 2 in the morning because I have to like sit up because my heartburn is so bad. So sometimes I just tough out the heartburn because how much I don't like Tums. I only take my Tums when I feel like I might throw up from the heartburn because it's like just so much. And then my headaches, I will have headaches for like 2 days straight. A lot of people have told me about preeclampsia and gestational something. I am perfectly healthy, the baby is perfectly healthy. I just get tension headaches because they go away with just like my boyfriend giving me a head massage. Unless it's a really bad headache or it hasn't gone away for a certain amount of hours, I will take a Tylenol. I've also talked to my doctor about it and she's not concerned, I'm not concerned, we're fine. Another thing that has hit me in this mark, especially this week, which I mean it's only Tuesday, I am so tired all of the time. Last week and this week, I will wake up at like 11:30 and want to go back to bed, but then I'm so hungry. So I go and eat something and then I'll take like a 4-hour nap. So yesterday, I woke up at 11, ate my breakfast, went and sat back down on the couch, and then slept until 2:50. Was still so tired. I almost took another nap around 5. So I've been dealing with another symptom of pregnancy, restless leg syndrome. And when I was trying to take my nap around 5, my legs were just aching. And it's not to the point where some people have it where it's like painful or like, it's kind of like growing pains, that's what it feels like. And I haven't been diagnosed with it, so I don't want to say that's exactly what it is, but I don't really know what else it could be. So another symptom I'm experiencing is intense hunger. And I've been lucky enough to not really gain weight in like my face or my arms or really anywhere else other than my stomach and my boobs and my butt. I've been noticing my butt being a little bit bigger, but I don't know if that's just me because no one's confirmed this, but. So in the beginning of my pregnancy, I started out at 125 and then I dropped to 117 and then I went back up to 125 and then at my last appointment, which was last Thursday, I was 140 and my doctor said that's perfectly normal. I'm right on track. I'm not over gaining or under gaining. I think I've gained a total of 21 something. That's from 117 pounds back to my original and all that. So technically I've only gained like 15 pounds, something like that. I don't really feel like doing the math right now. I have really been trying to cut back on eating so much. I will eat like a bigger breakfast or more filling breakfast and just not buying the snacks that my body just wants. The one thing I haven't been able to give up is Starbucks. So I get Starbucks about like 3 times a week. My boyfriend does not like this, but I crave the Very Berry Hibiscus Refresher. You know, I cut down on a lot of different cravings. I cannot cut down on this craving. This is like if I go grocery shopping, because where I go grocery shopping, there's 2 Starbucks. How do you say no to 2 Starbucks surrounding you? There's a drive-thru one and there's one in the Target and I can't help myself. I try and I try. I don't get cake pops. Still. At my last appointment, my doctor said that she thinks that he is head down, and I've kind of been thinking he's diagonal because I haven't felt him in my ribs like people describe. I have in the past and I have felt it before, but it's not like a constant, like I feel a baby's foot in my ribs. And that all changed this morning. I feel like a baby foot in my ribs, and I was like, Well, I mean, it honestly felt like he got his foot stuck in my ribs. I'm like kind of just sitting there like with my eyes closed, just like trying to ignore it. And then he kicked my rib. And this is my first experience with him kicking my rib. Because like when he was littler, like sometimes he would kind of like get kind of stuck in there. And it would obviously be uncomfortable, but he actually kicked my rib this morning. My instinct was to spank him. Which is so terrible because he's not even out of the womb and I don't plan on like spanking and beating my kid. I can't, no. Like, we're not doing this. I was talking to him. I was like, we're not doing this. You're not kicking me in the ribs like that. That's very rude. And another thing that he's been doing is hiccups. That's like a little bit cuter and you're like, oh my God, he has the hiccups. And I was like, what could he possibly be doing that's like doom, doom, doom. And then I remembered, oh yeah, they can get hiccups in the womb. Sometimes they're so strong that it feels like I'm actually hiccuping and like your stomach is just like boom, boom, boom. And he will have them for like a long period of time. I still have no idea what limbs I'm feeling or where he's actually positioned at or like how he's positioned. Like sometimes I'll feel like something that's like this wide And I'm like, it's either an arm or a leg. That's all I know. People talk about body mapping. I could feel all day long and I could not tell you. Another thing I've been getting again is in the beginning of my pregnancy, I got a lot of heart palpitations. You're pumping extra blood and your heart's just kind of like trying to keep up, and sometimes it will have a palpitation. It's perfectly normal and safe. I thought I had heart issues because of my palpitations. So I got a heart echo and I wore a monitor for 24 hours. My heart is perfectly healthy. I'm just a hypochondriac, but I've been getting palpitations again. And another thing is you can't breathe. Him pressing up against my lungs, like I'll lay a certain way and I can't breathe. It's really annoying. Another thing I've been noticing is I've been getting stretch marks all over my boobs. I can't describe to you enough like how important my boobs were to me. So it is a little tragic, but at the same time, it's, you know, the smallest price to pay. I could have them all over my body. It's just like an image thing, but they have actually started to leak, and not leak on their own. Like I have to like squeeze it out. Like all throughout my pregnancy, if they were hurting, I would just go and check to see, like, because you know, like you never had milk in your boobs before as a first-time mom, so it's just like really exciting. I think I covered everything that has been going on lately. I know it sounded like a bunch of complaining. I'm so excited. I only have 10 more weeks to go. So now it's time for a belly shot. These pants don't currently fit me. And I actually have a waist tattoo that is magnified. I got this at 14. So great placement, Hannah. But this is him. As you can see, he's growing very forward like most boys do. Him in all of his glory. My belly button slowly but surely starting to protrude a little bit, and the dark line that some women get is coming in nice. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below for any video you might want to see of mine, or anything you are experiencing around this time of your pregnancy, just anything at all. You could just say hey. And if you want to follow any of my social media, the links will be down below. And don't forget to click the little bell to turn on my post notifications so you get notified every time I make a new video. I will be updating you again, probably around 32 weeks. I want to do at least 3 updates before he's born, but you know, you don't know when they're going to be born and you don't know what's going to happen. Bye!